Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas and this is the ultimate Unity tutorial for beginners, and welcome to episode 33. In this tutorial we're going to carry on with the conversation that we're having with our NPC, and we're going to create some multiple choices. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and click the bell icon as well to stay up to date with every tutorial still to come in this series, and indeed everything else on my channel. With that in mind, let's get to work. So I think at this point, the fact I'm calling it the ultimate Unity tutorial for beginners isn't really a beginner's tutorial anymore, but that's just the general idea of these tutorials. You start out a beginner and then you advance to whatever level you consider yourself to be at. So it's not really beginner stuff we do anymore, but I just refer to it that way anyway. So the conversation that we have with our NPC right here consists of not a lot right now. So if you remember from the last tutorial, which wasn't too long ago actually, surprisingly. If we go up to our NPC, they look at us and they talk to us. So we need to basically, well, what I'm going to do is actually increase the size of our character because we look like a little child at the moment. So firstly, I'm going to bring up the camera a little bit to make everything a bit more in proportion. So let's bring it up to probably about there maybe. Or it could be that this NPC is a bit tall. Let's see if we can work out the scaling and see what should be altered. So this is us. This is the gate. This is our NPC. So NPC looks... In fact, I think we might keep the NPC that size. Make a bit of a big girl. Why not? So the multiple choice and conversation that we're going to have stems from the original script that we actually have on our NPC, which is this NPC choice that we created last time. So on the NPC, let's double click on the script that is attached. It's called NPC choice. We're going to be modifying this to basically stop any action that's going on with ourselves and the NPC and actually have that conversation occur. So we're going to have the mouse on screen as well because they're going to talk to us basically. So the way it's going to work is we're going to have one line up here and then we're going to have another line which is going to be a question, and then we'll have the choices yes or no or okay or maybe or something like that. We'll work it out as we go along. So as this loads, like I say, what we're going to do is add some extra UI in as well. And I'm not going to spend too long working with the AI because it's something that you guys, should know how to do at this point. So we have the script loaded and we're going to go to this section where it says, hello there, how can I help you? Let's change this. Let's say, hello there. My name is, what should we call it? Let's call it Emily. My name is Emily and I patrol the village. Okay, so what's happening here is we're changing that and we have to then start that coroutine, which is currently called reset chat. I'm going to rename this to start select convo, and convo is just short for conversation. So let's rename that coroutine to start select convo. So after a certain amount of time, so let's say 4 seconds, in fact, we'll have 4.5 just to be safe, we will say this line again and we will call it, so hello there, my name is Emily and I patrol the village. So let's say we're going to do like some kind of fetch quest or something next. So let's say, can you go to the next village and collect, what can we collect from the next village? Some wood, please. And then that's the question. So this is where we're going to have a multiple choice. So let's say yes or no. So I'm going to save that script now. I'm going to head into Unity. And now we're going to deal with the canvas and the UI that is there. So if we go to the canvas and let's select our, what's Unity's thought about it, the subtitle text box, and let's turn that on. So let's get ourselves into position so we can see it a little better. And on here, we are going to add in yes or no down the side just here. So let's go to Game Object, UI, and let's select button. Now, have we dealt with buttons before? I don't think we have we? Or have we? Yes, we have, because we did the main menu, didn't we? Of course we did. So the button, we're going to have, say, yes or no. So the first one, let's change that to say text yes, and I'm putting in capital letters. It's up to you whether you want to as well. And I'm not going to do too much with it, but I am going to use the same kind of texture that we have on the text box. So if we go to textures and text box, I'm going to hold Control, press D to duplicate it. It's called text box 1, but don't worry, you can call it whatever you want. But I'm going to change the texture type to sprite 2D and UI and click on apply. This now means that we can use it on this button. So back to our button, and let's drag and drop that onto there. And there we go. You can see that the yes button is the same as this. So it's up to you how much you want to customize your options here. But these are always going to be used for the options. So you need to work out now how many possible options that you're going to have of multiple choice in your game. Obviously, I'm only going to do 2 in this one, but if you want 3, 4, 5 or whatever, you can have a certain section here, which we'll probably end up covering at some point when we want more options. But for now, I'm just going to choose yes or no. And I'm actually going to name these as OPT, short for option, button 01. And then hold Control, press D to duplicate that. And I bring that down. I'm just going to call this option button 2. And realistically, you don't really need to do much with these. Obviously, when we get more multiple choices from different people within the game, that's when we change the text components right here. But for now, they're just good as yes or no because we only have this one multiple choice option. So the way we're going to do this now is we need to basically assign these buttons to only appear when we're being asked a question. But what I'd like to do first is actually anchor these to the bottom right so they appear in the correct position. And I'm now going to disable both of them. There. So now we need to disable the text box as well. There we go. So everything is back to normal. We know the text box comes on here. However, we need to turn on those extra options here. So let's add those as variables. So public game object OPT button 01 and same again except number 2. And what we need to do now is down here where we've got can you go to the village, next village, collect some wood please. We need to set those 2 on. So OPT button 01 dot set active true and OPT button 02 dot set active and once again true. So at this point we need to not kind of break the code, but we need to get to a point of where we're able to say yes or no. And basically what this means is that the rest of this code here needs to not exist in the actual section here, not the coroutine. It needs to be back in, excuse me, my voice went funny then. It needs to be in a different coroutine or a different method, I should say. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create 2 new methods, and those methods are going to be related to the yes or no option. So void, and then we can, in fact this has to be public, doesn't it, because it's a button. So public void yes option open close bracket open curly bracket, and if we choose yes, what we're going to say is can we basically start another coroutine which is going to say yes we can carry on. If we select no, then we just turn everything off and everything carries on as normal. So let's create the no first. Public void no option open close bracket open curly bracket, and the no option is simply going to be these lines of code here, and before them we need to turn off those 2 option buttons. Oh, that sub box set active as well comes along. So let's take those two and place them in here, except have them as false and false. So I am going to save that now. And I know that our player is going to move when we also make this selection, but we're going to need to have our mouse appear on screen as well. So in this coroutine, once again, we need to set just a couple of lines. We need to say cursor dot visible equals true, semicolon, and then obviously the inverse of that when we press the no option. So that's going to be false. And let's save that script once more. So let's test this out now. I know we've modified this quite a bit, and I really think rather than carry on as we are, we need to test this and make sure it works. So let's go back into Unity. Let's go back to our NPC, and then let's assign those two new buttons that we've created. So option button 1 and option button 2. And before we test it, let's actually assign option button 2 that method when we click it, because 2 is the no, and we've written the no method. So let's click on the plus, and then let's attach NPC 002 onto there. Click no function. Click on NPC choice, and we want no option. So that button is now assigned to no and carry on. So let's test this out. If we come across any bugs, we'll be able to fix them. So let's go to our NPC, talk. Hello there, Ms. Emily. I patrol the village. Can you go to the next village and collect some wood? So our cursor hasn't appeared. So I've just pressed escape now to get our cursor on, and I'm going to press no. And then it carries on. So that is how we want that to work, apart from the cursor not appearing. So let's just make sure that we can see the cursor. So let's go back to Unity. And I think what we'll do first actually is let's lock the player in position. So what we'll do is we will reference this game object, the player, and we need to turn off, if I go to the first person controller, we'll need to turn off the character controller component, I think. We may need to turn off this one as well, but we'll start with the character controller. So let's go down here to action. So as soon as the NPC looks at us, or rather before the NPC looks at us, let's say the player dot get component in spiky brackets character controller close bracket dot enabled equals false, and save. And let's quickly try that out and make sure that works. If not, like I say, we'll add some more code to turn everything else off. Okay, so we can still look around. Still move crazily. So we are going to need to turn off possibly the first person controller script. So let me just quickly check. We don't have anything else. No, so we'll do the first person controller script instead and see what happens there. First person controller. That's not quite working, is it? It's not working as I want it to. First person controller. Okay, well, let me just type this in right. I think we're going to need to add in using Unity engine dot. Let's see if we can see it. I can't find it. Where's it gone? Gosh, do we need to, hang on, do we need to add it in? I'm just thinking out loud here now. No, I don't think we do we? Because we're not referencing. Yeah, so okay, so let's try this. The player get component. So is it the script that's going to stop us from actually doing it? Is it? I guess what we could do, because we're still going to need that first person character, and turn off the controller just basically makes it go a little crazy. Yeah, see, we can still look around, so it's not that. So it is the first person controller script we need to turn off. There we go. So that's what we basically need to do. So let me just make sure I've got this right here. I feel like I'm being a bit dumb. First person controller, open close bracket, dot enabled equals false. Of course, I've just realised. Of course we need a namespace, don't we? See, I told you I was being silly. We need to have the standard assets. It's not something we've written ourselves, is it? It's actually the standard asset. So yes, we do need that in here, of course. Using Unity, not Unity engine, Unity standard assets dot characters dot first person. Of course, we didn't write that, did we? We used the standard assets. So now, there we go. So that's that sorted. Obviously, we need to copy that line of code and place it down here to carry on with our player if we select no. So finally, let's play this. Make sure we get this right. So I'm terrible sometimes for making these silly little mistakes. Oh, because I've turned it off there. Let's try that again. But it gives you a good insight as to how to resolve a lot of errors. It really is good. I patrol the village. Go to the next village, collect some wood, please. No. I've just said no. What are you doing? Okay, so I think we're going to need an extra line of code there because the mouse isn't working. So, more debugging. So where we've got cursor.visible equals true, what we need to say is we need to change the lock state. So we need to put cursor dot lock state equals cursor lock mode dot none semicolon. And we also need to do the inverse of that when we bring everything back to normal. So down here we need to say cursor dot lock mode dot, and we need to change that to locked. Save, and let's try this again. We'll get there eventually, guys. There we go. So let's talk to you. So it's good. Can't look around. We can't get distracted. There we go. Let's click no. And our first person control script hasn't come back on because we haven't changed it down here. So now that will work just fine. So now let's carry on with what we were doing and let's get that yes function working. So here in yes, we need to basically have another coroutine which is going to start the quest which we're going to get up in the next tutorial. So before we do that, before we end, let's actually get that yes button working. So I'm going to copy this coroutine here, that start select convo, and I'm going to place it. In fact, I'll place it underneath the yes option just so we know we're going to it. And we'll say start yes. And at this point, what we'll do is we will change what the text says. So as we've already got this on, we don't need to do the lock cursor or the state or anything like that. What we will do though is take this line of code, the yield, and place it there. And we will have this now say, thank you. I will see you when you return. And at the same time, we need to make sure we turn off those buttons. So change them to false and place them just before we bring the text. So now that means after 4.5 seconds, we need to carry on as normal. So after that, what we do is take this line, all these lines here, copy them and place them in this coroutine. And finally, to get the yes option working, we need to say start coroutine and in brackets, start yes, open close bracket, semicolon, and save. So we just need to assign that yes option to our NPC. So let's go to NPC not 002, it's the option 1, isn't it? We need to drag NPC 02 after we press plus and bring over no function, NPC choice, and yes option. And I'm going to save my scene, press play, and let's test this out. So I'm going to go with no first. My name is Emily, I patrol the village. Can you go to the next village and collect some wood, please? No. So, let's try again. My name is Emily, I patrol the village. That's nice. Can you go to the next village and collect some wood, please? Yes. Thank you. I will see you when you return. And off we go. So, we have our multiple choice system set up. It's not perfect because we're going to need to modify it a little bit more in the future, but it serves its purpose right now. So, next tutorial, what we're going to do is we're going to further modify it so as we can't repeat that quest over and over. We're going to add some voice acting in, design more, and then start creating that fetch quest. So, guys, until that next tutorial, thank you very much for watching.